Hello YouTube, hope you all are having a great day so far. In this video, I'm going to talk about my experiences downhill skiing and how it's impacted my life and a way for people to stay active in the somewhat depressing winter months, especially if you live in the northeastern part of the United States or anywhere that has all four seasons. When I was 10 years old and into fifth grade, I put myself on skis for the very first time thanks to my own mother who skied years ago. I was never the most athletic kid in the country and am barely competitive for when it comes to sports, but I know it's always important to stay active for a healthy lifestyle. And this is an activity that I enjoy as well as also swimming, hiking, going for walks, and anything pretty much outside of going to the gym personally for me. The first place where I learned to ski was at Jiminy Peak Mountain in western Massachusetts. Both my parents took me up there back in 2014, although my mom got me into this because although my dad was never really a fan. I immediately fell in love with it because I never gave in to cold and I rarely lacked balance while on the slopes, except occasionally falling, but that's normal for anyone who's pretty much just learning or just in general. To this day, I might not be the fastest with my skiing, but it's always a lot of fun on the mountain, and the lifts are always relaxing with some beautiful views, and I'm sure you all agree with that. Since that time at Jiminy Peak, I tried to go skiing at least once every year, mostly staying in hotels since then, not except for 2018 and 2022. Most of it was with my parents, and I almost always took lessons as well to keep up and as a refresher. The year after I graduated from high school, me and a close friend of mine from Sleepaway Camp did a 3 year annual tradition to go skiing in northeastern Pennsylvania, which kind of stopped once I moved to Rhode Island. But those adventures were always worth it and spending time with a friend. And before I moved to Rhode Island, my parents would always rent skis for me until my foot stopped growing, and now I have my own skis in my dorm room that I don't plan to get rid of anytime soon. When I started going to university in Rhode Island, I was really happy that there was a club at my university offered with skiing. I became close with one of the close presidents for the club, who is now one of my best friends I've ever had growing up in my life. And I always look forward to waking up at 3 a.m. to drive 3 to 4 hours to either Vermont, New Hampshire, or Maine for a day of skiing in the winter months while at university on a Friday when we don't have class. And best of all, this weekend is going to be an overnight trip to Jay Peak in Vermont, which is very close to the Canada border with my ski club in university. I've only skied in the northeastern United States in Massachusetts, Connecticut, New York, Vermont, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, and Maine, but it would be great to go somewhere unique and do it even more. If you are a person who has no problem with the cold and wants to stay active even when it's depressing in wintertime, skiing is definitely for you. It might be dangerous at times, and I had one mild injury last year at Stratton, Vermont, where I bruised my rotator cuff, but I was okay and didn't want to quit or give up either. Take it slow if you're just learning and stay within your limits. I try to stick with the greens and blues, and the reason why I'm a bit slow on the slopes personally is because I want to prevent myself from getting hurt. Although I have been skiing for 10 years or maybe more, I will probably stick with this lesson to go on greens and blue court. Try to stick with going on greens and blues. And if you have friends who like to ski, definitely talk to them about it and their experiences. As always, thank you all for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and enjoy life. Bye.